Oh yes, we are entering my favorite time of the year as we have Halloween approaching this month. This is my favorite holiday. I look forward to this all year, and in this video I want to talk to you guys about what I'm going to be watching this month. We'll go through everything that I'm looking forward to watching, and I would love to hear from you guys what you're going to watch. So I'm already in full Halloween spirit, so let's not waste any time at all and get right into it. So my watch list this year is pretty ambitious. It's full of, I want to say, at least 20 something movies, which my schedule right now, I'm working about 60 hours a week, so it's going to be probably tough to hit this total, but I'm shooting for it. So let's go ahead and get it started. I was trying to find a way to categorize these movies and kind of split them up into sections, but some of them are so niche as far as their category or their genre that it was a little tough, so we're just going to roll with it. So the first one up is an MVD release, House on Sorority Row. I have not seen this yet. I heard it's a pretty good slasher. I love slasher movies. This seems right up my alley. It looks like a great release from MVD as well. I reversed the artwork, so there's your inner artwork, and it comes with a mini poster that is the same as the slipcover. So that is the first one on the list, House on Sorority Row. These next two I have not seen. They'll be first watches, which might be surprising to you guys, but I fucking hate clowns, so it's not surprising to me at all. But you know what? I found them for a good price, and I like the slipcovers, and I want to give them a shot because I want to get over my my clown stigma, I guess. But It and It Chapter 2. So like I said, I haven't seen these. Excited to get into them, but these are going on the list for sure. So we're 3 in so far, and the next couple are kind of grouped. Like I said, I tried, but not really. So the next one's going to be Sundown from Vestron. I love these Vestron releases. I've heard great stuff about this. David Carradine, Bruce Campbell, and I love both of those actors. So I mean, I picked it up just based on that alone. So Sundown is obviously it's a vampire movie. It's got like a kind of a different plot line. It's kind of a twist in it. So if you want to know more about that, I believe I talked about it in one of the unboxings where I had this. So go check that out. But yeah, Sundown is next up on the list. And sticking with vampires, my lady and I have been going through some of these Hammer Dracula movies. So far we have watched Horror of Dracula and Dracula AD 1972, I believe that's the title. Both of those were awesome. We loved both of those. And this was the next one that I hadn't heard anything bad about. So Satanic Rites of Dracula. I just got this in today from Orbit, so I'm very excited to watch this. She's been really enjoying them, and anything that I can find to share with her is always fun. So we've been enjoying these these Hammer Dracula movies. So Satanic Rites of Dracula is going on the list for sure. And these next two are both Vinegar Syndrome releases that I picked up recently to try to complete that Galindo Jr. trilogy from them. So this is Don't Panic. I've heard that this is the one that's most synonymous with Robert Galindo Jr. As far as his Vinegar Syndrome releases. And you know, with the pajamas on there, a lot of people have those from Vinegar Syndrome. So I picked this up to try to beef up that. And let's see if we can get the reverse on the inside. Let's take the disc out. There's the reverse artwork as well. So yeah, Don't Panic, definitely going on the list. I enjoy a lot of these Vinegar Syndrome titles. I just watched Deadly Games last night, which was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. So picking these up at a pretty good price is always a good move. But yeah, Don't Panic, going on the list. And to follow up with that, another one from Vinegar Syndrome as well as Galindo Jr. is Cemetery of Terror. So now I have all the ones that he's put out. Sorry. Now I have all the ones that have been put out from Vinegar Syndrome, from Galindo Jr. I've seen Grave Robbers. That was a lot of fun. I'm expecting the same kind of fun from this as well as Don't Panic. So Cemetery of Terror going on the list. Next up is Lucio Fulci's The Beyond from Grindhouse. This is a great package from Grindhouse. I've seen some of their releases that they've had as far as Cat in the Brain, The Beyond and Pieces. I haven't watched the movies, but I've seen the releases, I would say. And I'm really excited to get into this one because Lucio Fulci, everything I've seen from him so far, I've enjoyed. Zombie being my favorite one that I've watched. But let's look at this package real quick because it is, like I said, really nice. So you get this artwork here. It is not a reversible artwork. I'll show you what the inside looks like, but that's really cool right there. And then on the inside, you have a small little pamphlet. It's not even a booklet, but it is something in here. And then you also have the, I believe this is a soundtrack. Yes, this is the soundtrack. So you get that on CD. And then you get the feature on Blu-ray as well as extras on Blu-ray. So you can't really see it very well, but this isn't really about the packaging. It's more about the movies themselves. But what's really cool on the inside, really quickly, is you get, you get like a full list of his filmography. Sorry guys, it's hard to get some of these shots without a glare sometimes, but on the inside of that you do have his full filmography, which is a nice touch. So Lucio Fulci's The Beyond is definitely added to the list. One more time, beautiful package from Grindhouse. So moving on. This is a follow-up to a series that I've been going through, and you guys are gonna make fun of me because I haven't seen these yet. A lot of these I haven't seen, but you know, that's kind of like what this is about. You guys being able to follow along with me discovering these things. So this is Day of the Dead from Umbrella. I have the Second Sight Dawn of the Dead, which I loved. It was so much fun. I had heard the hype for the longest time, and I'd never seen it, but it lived up to all the hype that it had behind it. So I'm expecting more of the same from Day of the Dead. From what I've heard, this one is not as good as Dawn of the Dead, but I'm still expecting it to be entertaining. And this release from Umbrella is pretty awesome. I enjoy their releases. And in this one, you get the Blu-ray, and I believe you also, yeah, you get the Blu-ray and the DVD. I'm not sure if the DVD is the feature or if it's extras, but there's that. And then the reverse artwork is very similar to the DVD cover. So, Romero's Day of the Dead. We'll see some more from Romero on this list as well. So, going on the list, Day of the Dead. This next one I just got in today. Another one that I'm really excited about. This is a first watch. Leave me alone. I know I should have seen this by now, but I've been saving it because these prestigious movies that everyone talk about that I'm interested in, I try to save as long as possible because one, I don't like to get so hyped up and then be let down. I'm always afraid that that's going to happen. And two, if it is really good, I want to save it because I want to watch things that aren't as good leading up to what's known to be the best, right? So I can enjoy the lesser quality ones as well in their own right. But with all my jabbering, John Carpenter's The Thing. This is the 4K release, the Region B. The special edition, I tried to get it from Orbit. They restocked it twice. I missed it both times, but they had this one on there and it was $30. So for $30 brand new, I went ahead and picked it up because I love this release with the artwork. I know that they just came out with a 4K in the US, but I really didn't like that release as much as I like this one. Maybe, you know, I'm just weird like that as far as these Region B releases, but I really do enjoy this one. So The Thing going on the list. This will be watched first for sure because I've been putting it off for so long. But I'm really excited to check it out. So The Thing. And we have about 7 left. Some of these I have seen, some of them I haven't, so almost done though. So the next one is going to be Kino Lorber's release of Burnt Offerings. I've heard great things about this one. It's like a haunted house, spooky house kind of thing. From what I've heard, this has a little bit of inspiration for The Shining. I'm not positive on that. That is what I've heard though. But nonetheless, I'm really excited to check this out. I have a few Kino Lorber titles, and I've been really bad about watching them. I don't know why. I love the label. I like the way that they look. I like their packaging. The movies that I bought look interesting, but for some reason, I just haven't been watching them because I've had so little time to watch movies lately that I've been picking the ones that I've really wanted to watch. Or my girlfriend and I'll pick 3 that I know I want to watch because there's so many on my watch list, and I'll let her pick from those 3 because I want her to watch one with me, and I want her to enjoy it. So we get to kind of share that as well. But Burnt Offerings going on the list. I'm excited to check this one out. Next up, I got this for a really good price. Some of these are still sealed because I'm trying to be better about not just opening things as soon as I get them, but to open them when I actually go to watch them. One, because they don't really need to be open unless I'm watching them, and two, it's kind of like you're opening them for the second time. You get a little bit more of that satisfaction when you go to watch it. So Psycho 2. I am very excited to watch this. I just watched the first Psycho for the first time earlier this year, and I loved it. It was not as good as everyone says it is. That might be a hot take, but I think maybe the fact that it's just been hyped up so extensively for a long time, as far as like, I'm 24, and ever since I was old enough to know what movies were, I heard about Psycho. So it's just been hyped up for me, but this one I heard great things about. I watched the trailer. It looks like it's a little bit more of it. I mean, it's from the 80s, so it looks to be more slasher-centric than the first one. But either way, I'm very excited to check it out because I loved Psycho. I love Alfred Hitchcock. The guy who did this was Tom Holland, I believe. Let's see. No, Richard Franklin, but I believe Tom Holland did the script. Yeah, it was written by Tom Holland and directed by Richard Franklin. So I'm very excited to check this out. I heard nothing but great things, and it was, I don't know if you guys can see that. It was $10.95, brand new. It's still sealed. I just need to, I'm probably going to go on eBay and buy the slipcover only because I'm a jackass and I just want to have it, especially for movies that I like or that I'm very interested in, like this one. So Psycho 2, this will be watched probably right after The Thing because I'm really intrigued by it. So getting down to the end of it, this is another one that I picked up yesterday, sealed, and this one was $18. I took the tag off, or the sticker. One thing that kind of griped me though is that they put like 3 different stickers on the slipcover, and 2 of them came off pretty easily, but the other one I had to almost scrape off, and then it was going to tear some of the slipcover off, so I had to leave some of the sticker on it. It's just like those small things that just kill my collecting OCD. I don't know if it does to you guys, but this will be another first-time watch. It's The Howling from Joe Dante. I'm super excited to watch this. I loved American Werewolf in London. I know that these are, around in the 80s, especially around that time, they had a boom with werewolf movies. Silver Bullet, this, American Werewolf in London, and then I think this series has about 3 or 4 in them. So I'm really excited to check this out because, like I said, I loved American Werewolf in London. Joe Dante and John Landis, who did that movie, are pretty... they're friends. I know that they started in the Canon group. Or no, I'm sorry, not the Canon group, but in the Philippines. I can't remember the name of the company, but the Philippines, and I know that they're kind of connected. So I'm assuming that this will have the same quality as American Werewolf in London as far as like entertainment and things like that. So really excited to check this one out. The Howling from Scream Factory. The next one up, I know you guys are going to make fun of me again, but cut me some fucking slack, okay? Let's just be okay with the fact that I haven't seen a lot of these. But Prince of Darkness from John Carpenter, a 4K release from Scream Factory as well. This one I cannot wait to watch because every John Carpenter movie that I've seen, I've thoroughly enjoyed. Halloween, The Fog, I love The Fog. It's one of my favorite movies, and I know that people kind of poo-poo that one. Because it is just a little bit slower, it's more methodic. The pacing is just slower in general, but it's very, very enjoyable. So I'm assuming that Prince of Darkness, just like In the Mouth of Madness, will be really good. Because In the Mouth of Madness is another one that I think that people overlook, but fuck, it's good. So I'm excited to see if Prince of Darkness falls in that same category. The next one up is The Dead Zone from Scream Factory. I bought this maybe a month ago, and it's been on my watch list, but I've just had so many things backlogged before this, and I've been trying to slow down on buying things, but some days it just gets tough and you want to go buy a title or two, so you pick them up. But The Dead Zone has been overlooked, and it does not need to be overlooked anymore. It needs to get some love. So Christopher Walken, and this is a Cronenberg film, which I love Cronenberg. So I can't wait to check this one out either. Reverse artwork is already flipped, so there's that one. This is the one that Imprint went with, I believe. So there's that. The Dead Zone. And now we only have 2 left, guys, and I've seen one of these. I haven't seen the other one. So let's start with the one that I have not seen. And I got this for $30, brand new, last week, which is an okay deal, but in person with no shipping and all that. And I think I had like $5 off from FYE, so I think I had it for like 20 something. But that is Creepshow, and this release is fantastic. I don't know if you guys have this in your collection or if you've seen it before, but it's got a hard shell on it, so you can hear it's kind of thick. And then you get a booklet as well, which is really nice. And I flipped the artwork already. There is that. So this was the other George Romero title that I was referencing earlier. I have not seen this Creepshow, but I have seen Creepshow 2. I watched that about 2 years ago randomly on Amazon Prime. From what I know, people say that Creepshow 2 is, not nearly as good as the first Creepshow. And this has Ed Harris. That's who I'm trying to think of. Ed Harris in it. I know some other people in this, but that was the first one that came to mind. Leslie Nielsen. And it's Romero pops up, or not Romero, Stephen King pops up in it for a little while as well. So with all the highly regarded reviews with this, and the fact that I did enjoy Creepshow 2, and people say that this one's even better, I can't wait to check this out. On top of the fact that the release is just beautiful, man. Like, I can't get over it. I don't, I know I sound like I'm just gushing over it, but I kind of am, because it's beautiful. Let me even look at the spine. I know this is very like OCD collector bullshit type thing, but even the spine is just fantastic. It looks great on a shelf. So, last one here is one of my favorite Halloween movies of all time. Just maybe even favorite quote-unquote horror movies of all time. And I just discovered it about 2 years ago, and I've watched it a few times already, and it'll be another watch this month. So, just got this in today with my Orbit shipment, which was the Satanic Rites of Dracula, The Thing, and Halloween 3 on 4K from Scream Factory. I'm really excited to have this. I haven't opened it yet because I'll open it when I go to watch it, but it's got a hard shell on it as well. You can hear it. It's not as sturdy as the other one, I don't believe, but you can see on the spine, maybe. Focus. Anyway, you can see on the spine that it's got the Halloween on it. And then on this other side, it's got more of the same. So in this, you obviously get the 4K, and you get the Blu-ray as well. Still not 4K yet, so just getting this so I can further proof the collection when I do go 4K. But until then, I will be watching this on Blu-ray, which I'm completely fine with because I love this movie. I can't wait to rewatch it. Tom Atkins is one of my favorite B-movie actors of all time. Night of the Creeps, fucking awesome. This movie, great. He's in a bunch of other stuff that I've either seen some of or it's on my watch list. So you can't go wrong with this one, man. The little tune that this goes through the movie is fantastic. The first 20 minutes where the guy lights his car on fire and he burns to death in the parking lot, and Tom Atkins is a drunk doctor and he's trying to fuck the nurses. Just fantastic movie. So that is the watch list, guys. I know it was kind of all over the place and a little bit of rambling here and there, but this is what we do. I like to come on here and bullshit with you guys, talk about some movies, go over stuff like that. I don't take this stuff real seriously. I have been trying to up the production quality a little bit, so you might see some more video intros, things like that, outro videos, some music, stuff like that, because I do want to put some more love into it, and it's important to me that it is produced well as I can with no experience. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, kind of going through some of this stuff with me. Let me know what you guys are going to watch this month, because I'd love to add anything else to this list, and this list is already big enough, but I would love to add other things. I love movies. I love Halloween. So I would love to hear what you guys are going to watch. Let me know what you think about my watch list. And until next time, you guys be good. Enjoy your Halloween, your October, and I'll see you soon.